Exactly a year ago, I ranted about Smallfoot, and though Yeti movies have been hit or miss, the movie Smallfoot I'm about to review today, you could literally title If Smallfoot Was Good. Abominable, directed by Jill Colton, and is the 34th Dreamworks animated film overall, as well as the second Dreamworks movie to be released in 2019. So, Abominable tells the story taking place in China of Yi, who's currently not having the greatest relationship with her mother or grandmother after the death of her father, who taught her to play the violin. And one night she discovers this Yeti hiding on her rooftop, which she befriends and names Everest. And she and her friends, Jin and Peng, travel across the Chinese wilderness to bring Everest home to his Yeti family in the Himalayas, and to avoid this corporate organisation of scientists who wanted to capture Everest for their own experiments. Who got a striking How to Train Your Dragon vibe from this poster? You could literally put Hiccup's face on Yi and Toothless's face on Everest, and you'd have the exact same poster. Yetis in recent years sure have been commonly trending in animation. For last year, we had a Smallfoot, which sucks, and is Warner Brothers' worst movie. And this year we had a Missing Link, who. Well, Mr. Link wasn't technically a Yeti, he was more of a Bigfoot. It was Emma Thompson who voiced the Yeti Empress in that movie, but still, it featured Yetis. And Missing Link, that movie was, heartfelt and charming, but to me, Leica's weakest movie without a doubt. And now it's Dreamworks' turn to do their Yeti movie, and Dreamworks is on par with Disney and Pixar as the greatest animation studio ever. This year they have made the greatest comeback a studio has ever made with How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, which is now my favourite movie of all time, as you all know. So now I have my full trust in Dreamworks to make nothing but an animated classics. I was confident that Abominable would be their second win in 2019. Is Abominable abominable? Well, fuck no. Abominable is anything but abominable. If anything, it's adorable. This is the most underrated animated movie of 2019, and it's a DreamWorks. And Dreamworks now have not one but two great movies this year. 2019 is their best year. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Though How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World is the superior movie, duh. But Abominable is certainly their finest original movie in some time. It's 1,000 times better than The Boss Baby and Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Those were the previous original movies from Dreamworks, and they tanked, but Abominable soars. I absolutely love that Oriental Dreamworks got to work on this movie. They were the exact they are DreamWorks' studio in China, and they helped DreamWorks make Kung Fu Panda 3 back in 2016. And the Asian landscapes in this movie are on such an epic scale. They look even more beautifully animated than the Kung Fu Panda trilogy. Both DreamWorks movies to take place in China. This is how you show how stunning Asia can be, and I've always stood by this, but DreamWorks do CGI far better than Disney and Pixar, and the character of a Yi, she goes on this coming of age she goes on this coming of age character arc where she's in the beginning of the movie is so secretive and keeps it to herself, and is avoiding her mum and granny due to she's still due to her still mourning the loss of her father, and and Everest thankfully does perk her up, and on her journey with Everest to reunite him with his family, she realizes that oh damn, I shouldn't be so neglectful of my mum and granny. They need me. She finally learns to let go of her father and be thankful for the family she has got left. Her mother and grandmother would be the most underrated characters in the movie for me. They deserve more praise, especially her grandmother, no bringing boys home. Yeah, yeah, she would be as awesome as Mulan's grandmother. And I wish there was more of them in the movie, as I'm so closer to my mother and grandmother, and her two friends, Jim and Peng, were freaking hilarious, and they helped lighten the mood in this emotionally driven movie. And Everest himself would be the star of the movie. He may be an abominable snowman, but he's a sweet-natured teddy bear on the inside, and Sure, his friendship with Yi has similarities to Hiccup and Toothless, but it will still get the waterworks going, especially that goodbye scene. DreamWorks do have an actor for their powerful and moving goodbye scenes. First in Spirit standing at the Cimarron, then How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, and now Abominable. And it's a plus that Everest never says a word. He doesn't need to. And it's a plus that Everest doesn't. And it's a plus that Everest never says a word. He's mute, and he's one of DreamWorks' great silent characters, where you only need to look at his expressions to get everything he's feeling and thinking. And DreamWorks, they are simply the experts at silent characters in animation. They did it right in Spirit, especially in How to Train Your Dragon, and silent characters are always the hardest to animate. So where you needed to where you need to convey how a animated character is feeling without a voice actor. And there are some thrilling moments of peril, like in the opening when Everest escapes the scientific base, and the moments with the Buddha. And some moments with the Buddha statue and the blossom tree, they are moments of total beauty that will leave you utterly speechless. Though while Abominable is not nearly as cliched as Smallfoot was, it still has noticeable cliches, like the returning a protagonist to his family. We saw that before in Ice Age, and also the villains are hands down the worst characters in this entire movie. Why not have the villain be a mythical, Asian beast, but instead, and villains are not often a weak point for DreamWorks. This year, they has their racist villain, Grimmel, in How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World, but in Abominable, they take a total step backwards from that. DreamWorks picked these beyond unoriginal scientists, laboratory villains that want to keep Everest in prisons, and there are some shoehorned in twists. This lady who's on the scientist team, you don't think she's the villain at first, but when in the twist reveal that she is the main antagonist, I'm like, well, it's a little late to make her the villain now. The movie is practically finished, and also there's this other twist in the goodbye scene, which was my one nitpick with that goodbye scene. That I can't. Even I had no idea what the meaning of it was. It was so unexplained, but still, Abominable is one of DreamWorks' underrated gems that may sadly be forgotten after its release, but maybe in years from now it will be defended and hold dear to the hearts of loyal DreamWorks fans. And it would be my third favourite animated movie of the year, behind only How to Train Your Dragon 3: The Hidden World and Lego Movie 2, the second part. I give Abominable 4 stars out of 5. Great movie! DreamWorks, I have nothing but applause to give you, and their final How to Train Your Dragon short, Homecoming, should be the perfect way to conclude the 2010s decade. Well, I love you guys, thank you for watching, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and what do you think of Abominable, and which is your favourite DreamWorks movie? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'll see you next time when I review the Onward trailer, and remember, movies are us. Bye guys.